Good morning. I listened back to the videos I uploaded the other days, and oh my gosh, my voice is so squeaky and high. I'm really sorry. Not that I can change anything, but I'm still sorry. I try to focus on speaking deeper because my deep is still very high, but maybe it's not that squeaky then. I also realized that the videos get shorter and shorter, and that's because I don't really... It's either because I don't really do much, which is not really true because on Sunday I didn't do much and it is like 20 minutes. And the other days I did stuff and it's like 5 minutes or even less. So I think it's probably because I do too much and I don't have time to film. I don't really know. Anyway, I did not too much reading the other days, and this kind of bugs me because I was so proud when I read like the whole book on Sunday, and since then I'm creeping around with the thinnest book of the whole collection that I chose because it's so thin, and I thought I can like do it. And I totally cannot. Look at that. So at this point I have more than half at least, but still, this is what I have. This is what I still need. I'm in starting chapter 25 now, and wow. So yeah, the plan is to read now for... It's like 10:10, but it can't be, can it? Give me a second. Okay, anyway, so it is 10:10. I don't know if it is, but that's what my clock says. I don't know if I changed the time. Pretty sure I did, because I remember it, and that would mean it's 10:10. I have classes at 2 p.m. and I uploaded all the videos so far. So there's nothing to do till 2 p.m. apart from... No, I think it's fine. I should maybe write down some tasks for my student later, but I still have another task sheet, so maybe that's something I don't do. It's fine. And I still need to write, but I can also do it tonight because I've written a lot lately, and I know there's a deadline and I should write more, and I will. But also reading usually makes you write better and more because it gets you in the spirit, especially with a love story. Oh my god, this book. So what I think so far, if you're interested, if not, I don't know, go away. Larachine is so annoying, and not to be mean or anything, but she is so annoying. She's so naive, and at the same time she's so determined, and this is just, it's not fitting right. Also, Peter is the weirdest person ever on the planet. Maybe not, because they're like serial killers and stuff, but he is so strange. Because he never really, in the books before, he was never really someone who did romantic gestures and stuff. And I mean, sure, you can grow in that, and if you know that your girlfriend likes it, and maybe you would start trying it, but it's like he went from 0 to 100 like this, and it's it's just not believable. The thing is, I think what I want to say, and what I also said yesterday, I think, is that the whole book gives me vibes of, oh, they're not good for each other, they're gonna break up in the end. But because I feel like I can see where this goes, because I've read the other two books and I feel like I know Lara Jean's character by now, they're not gonna break up. And this is portrayed as the perfect love story. There is a quote. Let me share that quote with you. And it was something like, I mean, I have the German version, so I don't know, maybe it's not that bad in English, but it says, "Is there anything better than make the person you're with do what you want?" What manipulative shit is that? Like, this is basically Lara Jean in a nutshell. And it's portrayed as so cute. And I mean, it's not that toxic because there's stuff like 50 Shades of Grey out there and after, so it's fine, but it still weirds me out. And just because she's a girl doesn't mean she cannot be. I think that's right. Totally confused with the whole nose in that sentence, but I want to say just because she's a girl, that doesn't mean she cannot be toxic. Like, she can still be toxic. And sure, she's a teenager, so maybe it's not that bad, and I have my problematic glasses on, but I don't know. It's like, it's not the kind of love story that I'm gonna dive in and I'm like, ah. But maybe that's because I have like too high standards. I don't know. I don't even read that much romance because I find so many books so toxic and weird. And if that is love, I want to stay single forever. But I don't want to stay single forever. It's just... But okay, I still have a few pages to go and maybe the story can redeem itself. She just made a decision. Spoilers. She just decided for another college. And she was like, she used to be like, I'm gonna go to this college close to the college I would have wanted to go, but it didn't take me. And then after a year I transfer, so I go to a college that I don't like. And then she got into a very good college that is, from the vibes and from everything, closer to her first choice. And she got in, and then she visited and she was like, I can imagine living here, so maybe I go here. Because where's the sense in going somewhere where you know that you don't like it just because you're not planning on staying? Like, give it a chance, try a year, and if you like it so much you can stay. If you don't like it, you can still transfer. But she makes... So far, she made all her decisions for Peter and with Peter, and that's just not healthy. Maybe that's because I'm a cynic, but I mean, go to school, kid. Do something for your future, and if your boyfriend doesn't go with it, then maybe he's not the right person for you. Like, he does that for himself, so why shouldn't you? Know what I mean? So the thing is, my worry is that she has this great bright moment now where she's like, oh yeah, I'm going to the other college because it feels right. And then Peter, because he doesn't know yet, and he will say something because he always does, and maybe she doesn't go then, and I would be so pissed. But I hope it, I don't know. Let's see. give it a chance, give it a shot, read it, and I come back to you when I'm finished, because I'm so planning on finishing it today. I'm so annoyed with myself. And I'm also gonna plan on starting a new book. I'm gonna finish all of them. And maybe with the other Readathon people, there might be an episode of Gilmore Girls tonight. Yesterday I couldn't take part because it's like most of them are in the EST time zone and I'm so not, and I was so tired. So maybe today, because tomorrow I can sleep in. Yes. Let's go, Lara Jean.
They were in high school when they met, and things got kinda awkward. With sparks in the air, he would stare at her in class, and she would try to act cool. But it was obvious, like, ooh, they would be together, ooh. He looked at her and then he smiled, picked up a pen and paper, and started writing. Probably something about her eyes and how they're always shining, or something cliche like ooh. As he sang, she started to dance, grabbed his arm and took his hand. He held her close under the moonlight as they kept on dancing.
I did it! And I don't know what to say. Like, she really annoyed me all the time, and now I am kind of sad. I feel like it's the end of a trilogy, but it just starts now. I really wanna, I don't know, there's so much more story that could have been told. And she said in her gratitude thingy that she's not writing another book, which is really strong. As a fellow author, I lift my hat because I think I'm usually quite caught up in my characters and I want to tell their story till the end. So I find it really hard to end just somewhere, and I mean, that's totally good. It's a good thing because it's a whole life. Every character has a whole life, and a book or a story is only just a little piece of that life, and we are only just looking in through a window for some time. But it's still hard. So I don't know. This book annoyed me, but it also made me laugh a lot. And I really like Kitty. Kitty is my favorite, and Margot. That's the thing. I would really like to have, I don't know. Well, I'm still weirded out about the whole relationship because it just doesn't feel genuine. Because it's weird, because she didn't intend to write a third book. And maybe that's it, because if you plot for 2 books and then you have to write a third book, then usually it doesn't work that well. But I just felt like the Peter in the third book is not the Peter from the first 2 books, but we didn't see a change in character or what made him change, so the whole time it didn't feel genuine. But I guess it was. But it was a bit more tell than show. I think that might be my problem. But it was still good. I still liked it. I think 4 stars. Okay, no, it's, oh my god, it's nearly 12. 10 to 12. So, I'm still starting the next book. I think we're going to read. So, we have Colleen Hoover, which I should have read. But now that I already switched it up, who cares? Then we have We Will Fall, Izzy and Tristan, All the Bright Places, and Forever, Maggie Stiefvater. I don't know what I will think about Colleen Hoover, but I think I will not read it yet. I think I read Maggie Stiefvater because the Forever series, like the Mercy Falls series, I think is the name. I think I'm gonna skim through that quite fast. Okay, see you later. So, oops, I finished Lara Jean. I said that already, didn't I? Huh. Yeah, I said that already. Okay, I started Forever by Maggie Stiefvater, and I have to say, it is so hard for me to distinguish. No, what's the word? Let me Google that. Well, that is funny. I thought it was distinguished. It is. So it's hard for me to distinguish between the different views because not to be mean, but they are all really the same. Like the different characters don't have different voices. They all sound kind of similar. So it's hard for me to realize that I left a point of view and entered another. And they have so many. Like, you have Sam, you have Grace, there's Isabel, there's Cole, and then there was, in the preface, there was this other strange, I forgot her name, some wolf person. So you have 5 different views. So Sam is really annoying, as always. I don't know, he's so whiny. I feel like she wanted to have a love interest who is set apart from all the other toxic, cool, manly love interests out there. But she pushed it too far. And now you have whiny little semi-baby and you're just like, oh, come on. Also, I am such a bitch. But the poems, they are like Instagram poetry. Like, not that this is necessarily a bad thing, but it kinda is in that case. Okay, I'm gonna tutor in 4 minutes. I have to go. But after that, I'm gonna read on a bit, and then I might say hi again and tell you how far I got. Also, Isabel is my favorite. Maybe because she's a bitch. She is, and she has been my favorite from book 1, which is not good because in book 1 you're not supposed to like her because she's mean. But she was like the only interesting character in this whole series. Everybody else was just whining and missing their love interests and, oh, everything is so hard. And metaphorically describing sunsets or candy stores. It was really getting on my nerves. I have the feeling I will die alone.